everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is staying safe and sound in this pandemic, and I hope that everyone is ready to learn something new today. But first, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. Hit that bell notification so you know my videos come out, and please subscribe. By you subscribing to my channel, it helps me, and my way of helping you is to give a random subscriber $25 when I reach 250 subscribers. So today we're doing something special. We're doing a premiere. So I thought about what could I do that was special, and then I remembered that this month is called American Pacific Asian Heritage Month, if I got that right. I may have missed a word or something. So I said, well, let me do something special about that. And as everyone knows, my wife is from the Philippines, which is Pacific. So I thought I would do something about the Philippines. So I'm not going to read the whole thing because this is not what I want to do in this type of video. I don't want to read from it, but I do want to go over a few facts about the Philippines. Okay, facts in history. So notice that this picture, that you can see it. I have been there, where the volcano is. I think that's Batangas. Okay. By the way, notice my Filipino shirt with the islands and all that stuff. We're going to get into that in a little while. Okay. So basically what it is an archipelago because it's completely surrounded by water. Okay. It's very diverse. It has diverse language, religion, and so on. Okay. Just going to go over a few facts. I just want to, because you need that. The capital city is Manila. My wife's place is, I would say, 30 minutes away from Manila, but the way traffic is over there, it's like 3 hours. Without traffic, it would be like 30 minutes. So the distance from Queens to Manhattan, basically. Okay. They have big cities: Quezon City, which is near Manila; Caloocan, which is near Manila; Davao City; Cebu City, which is Cebu; and Zamboanga City. Okay. So I'm not really, you need to understand the facts before you can understand about the culture. I always like to give a little bit of history or facts. They have a very American-style democracy. So, it's very similar to us. They have a Senate and they have a House of Representatives. Okay. The population of the Philippines is more than 100 million people. Okay, with an annual growth rate of around 2%. So they have a lot of people there. Okay. Ethnicities, they're very mixed. Okay, very mixed. Many the recent immigrants come from Spain, China, America, and Latin America. So they're very mixed. Okay. So this is the important thing that I wanted you to know. The official language of the Philippines are Filipino or Tagalog and English. So they have two official languages. So unlike some countries, like, for example, I'm just naming countries at random. China, the official language is Mandarin. Korea, the official language is Korean. Mexico, the official language is Spanish. Okay. Most places, Canada, the official language is French and English, depending on where you go, or as I call it, Canadian. The point is that very few places have more than one official language. So if you visit the Philippines and you speak English, you're fine. You don't have to, be in a situation where, oh man, I got to learn Tagalog to go to the Philippines. No, if you go to China, I went to China. I didn't speak any Mandarin. Very difficult to communicate with people who don't speak English, you know. So, you know, I mean, I went to Italy. I learned a little Italian before I went there. Luckily, most people spoke English, but not everyone. So my point is that the good thing is that there are two official languages, okay? Here in the United States, we don't have an official language. So you can speak any language you want, and that's fine. You know, you can speak whatever you want to. You can make up your own language. So that's what I thought was important, you know. But like I said, that's the most common language in the Philippines. Now, there are other languages, Cebuano from Cebu, Bicolano from Bicol. There's many different languages, but the predominant language is Tagalog. So most of the people will speak Tagalog. Okay. As far as religion is concerned, they are predominantly Roman Catholic. You know, so very similar to the U.S. Okay, very, very similar. They do have some Muslim areas, but, you know, mostly in Mindanao or Palawan. Okay. This is something a lot of people don't know. The Philippines is made up of 7,107 islands. Okay? That's a lot of islands. As you can see, you can't see all of them, but it's all islands. Okay? There's 3 main islands, but there's many smaller islands. And sometimes you have to take a plane to go from island to island. Like, if you want to go from where Manila is to Cebu, you got to take a plane. If you want to go to Mindanao, you need to take a plane. If you want to go to Palawan, you got to take a plane. So they're very, very close to Taiwan. The climate, hot. Let's just say hot. Average temperature of 80 degrees. You know, May is the warmest month, which I've never been there in May. In January, I was there. It's not too bad. The problem is that from May to October, they have the rainy season. So you don't want to be there. Like, if I decide to go to the Philippines, I will be here during the summer and over there during the winter, which is just the same way people do when they go to Florida. Only it's a lot farther. I think it's about 13 hours direct trip. Economy, not really going to get into that. I can tell you that they use pesos. I can tell you that they were, you know, they have a lot of Spanish in them. They have a lot of Portuguese, some Chinese, all of that. They had a war with us back in the, you know, in the late 1800s, you know, and then, of course, we helped them during World War II. So, you know, I mean, we're still, you know, on pretty good terms with them, I would say. Okay. However, you know, prior to, I think, the 70s, the Philippines was like a commonwealth of the United States. So most of the people that are here from the Philippines, before that, came here just like people from Puerto Rico can come here. They weren't immigrants. An immigrant is someone who comes from another country. They have to have a visa or something like that. No. Prior to, I think, the 70s, not sure exactly when, you know, it was like a commonwealth and anyone could come here from the Philippines with no problem. You know, now it's different, but, you know, their president is Duterte. He was very fond of Trump. I don't know what he thinks about Biden. Couldn't tell you. I'm not really into politics. So you're not going to hear me talk about politics, you know. I don't like politics, you know. People, yes. Politics, no. I don't care what your background is. If you're a good person, I don't care what political association you have. That's just how I feel. Okay. So that's just a little background about the Philippines. Now, like I said, my wife is from the Philippines, and I thought that would be, a good thing for me to just, give you a little background so you know about the Philippines. Now, you cannot walk around on the street and look at someone and say, oh, they're Filipino, they're Chinese, they're Korean, they're Japanese. No. I mean, for most people, they're just Asian, which is fine. They're from Asia, so the demographics would be, Asian. That's fine. But my point is that during these times, we have to understand other people, who they are, where they come from. Don't just judge them by the way they look. That's not, I'll be honest with you, I don't support things like Black Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter and this lives. No, I support all lives matter. That's how I am. I'm sorry, if that offends you, but I don't support any one particular group. I support everybody equally, I go by the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal. That's it. Doesn't matter where you come from. Anyone who's living in the United States or in America, to me, is American. That's it. I don't, say, well, you're African American and you're Asian American and you're Spanish American and you're Martian American. No. If you're living in America, you're American. That's it. Regardless of what language you speak or the way you look. So, I just wanted people to understand a little bit about, where, the Filipino culture sits. Because, there are people that have been, mistaken for Chinese and they've gone after them. You shouldn't be going after anyone, first of all, because that's not the way things are here. It should not be like that. I'm trying to get a hold of my mother's old song. If I do, you're going to like it. But I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't know where it is. But, it'll kind of show more about the way I feel. Okay, so I just hope that, you like what you see. Like I said, I didn't really want to do a lot of reading, but I really needed to just do a little background information, because without the background information, you don't know. I've been to the Philippines 3 times already. I love it there. I love Chowking, eating halo-halo. I love visiting places there. Very cheap. For me, it's very cheap. Over there, it's not that cheap. But for me, it's cheap, compared to American money. But like I said, even though we're separated by so many thousands of miles, they're not much different than we are. Same thing. China is not different than us. Korea is not different than us. All other countries are not really that much different than us. They still have a mixture of people. It's not like, you're only going to find Koreans in Korea and only Chinese people in China and in the Philippines. No, you will see a lot of different people, just like in the United States. Okay, so I thank everyone for coming to see my premiere. Feel free to message me, so we can chat. Again, if you like what you see, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that bell notification so you know when my videos come out. And please subscribe. This is why I'm doing this premiere type thing. I'm trying to get more people to subscribe. And remember, $25 will go to a random subscriber who comments. I'm sorry, but you need to comment, because otherwise I can't see everyone who's subscribed. I can only see people who have public channels, not private YouTube channels. And like I said, one person is going to get $25 when I get to 250 subscribers, and I'm hoping to reach that by the summer. I thank you. Stay safe, okay? Go get yourself vaccinated so we can get back to normal and do what we have to do. I thank you, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming.